Ah, crap. Get rid of that. Oh, music. Music. Must have music.
It's a good idea.
All right, we got people coming in on the various platforms. So
Nice.
let's just transition into doing it. I'll give them a countdown just for fun. Whatever, we don't need to go all the way down to 0. All right, we are live for Spencer Androli's practice exhibition. Thank you all for coming in the various different social media platforms. We are allowing you to preview our otherwise private service of a little bit of insight into the practice sessions of our past, current, and future competitors. Everyone here knows Spencer Androli, and last time we did balls and rings and no clubs, right? And so now we're gonna do like a ball warm up and then some clubs.
Sweet.
And we'll be here for at least an hour, maybe 2. We'll see how long it goes. Yeah. Other than that, it's all yours. I'll be watching, but no one needs to see me watching, so I'm gonna just do that. There we go.
Yeah. It's hot in this gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh, that's the wrong layout. A few days ago was the deadline for the competitors to submit their 5 run-through videos.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of last-minute stressing out and changing routines. And you know, they learned the lesson that if it's not working when you submit your routine 2 weeks before, right? There's usually submit your routine and then you have 2 weeks to get the videos in of that, right?
Yeah.
And several of them thought that there was going to be a difference in their skill within those 2 weeks. Like it would all come together on the day of the deadline that they also decided to shoot the video on. Do you have any sort of advice you can impart on that strategy?
I don't know if I can speak much because
well, from what you've learned.
From what I've learned, man, don't be a professional circus artist at the same time.
Have more time to dedicate to it.
Yeah. Well, so because one of my biggest struggles is I was juggling all day already, working on a routine for a circus tour.
Yeah.
And then on my free time, I'd be juggling training for WJF. So, and that was, that was unnecessarily stressful. But the result made me feel very accomplished in some way. I was like, doing WJF 20 was really, it came out really well. Like I was pretty prepared for my.
It helped with the training. I was more focused on how there's an unrealistic consistency amongst jugglers in an unrealistic expectation of what's going to be ready when, as opposed to what's ready right now.
Right. Yeah.
And if something's not ready now that needs to be ready in 2 weeks. I don't think it's going to be ready
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. I think
Yeah.
you're going to make it so much easier on yourself, right? Like, if anything you would learn from this experience is that it's not worth all the stress of it's in the routine form, so now I have to do it in these 5 run-throughs, as opposed to make it a little easier so that I can do the routine, and maybe I could even do it today, so that by the deadline it's done early, and you don't
For
have to
sure.
spend the whole day. That's what I would take away from that, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely don't make the routines so hard, because 5 run-throughs back to back is quite a challenge. And usually, how I was thinking about the routines was, here's the best I can do, and I'm gonna make this routine fun, hard, but like that's gonna have a good amount of points. But it's not just about that. It's often about you have to be like super automatic with it when it comes to the Olympic level that WJF is.
Well,
Really
that's what that.
Yeah.
One of the things that's supposed to teach also is that it's not just for the video. That's just how you should be able to do your routines in practice also, so that you know that you can perform them, and you have the confidence knowing what your hit rate is in practice. Like, okay, I can do this routine 5 times in a row in practice, and the most amount of drops I've ever had on that is 2, 3, or whatever, right? Or less. And so then at least you're not nervous about, I hope this trick that I'm not sure if it's ready yet or not is gonna, I hope I try it on the time it's ready.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. For me, my strategy for previous WJFs was often like, let me train hard these tricks so I can get them. But then also I mentally prepare myself for that one routine. So it's like, okay, I peak at that one routine. It's not that when I'm not like peaking in terms of my ability juggling wise, I'm like, it's not that I'm getting that routine every time, but that I'm prepared to hit it well once, but hit it well, once, or the very focus
when it matters.
Exactly, when it matters. And it's like,
thanks.
But yeah, and I'm usually decently good under pressure, so I trusted that a decent amount. But to make a routine that's good every time is tough, because there's always bad days too, where you can like, you're like, that's where you kind of realize, okay, I don't know about these tricks there.
And you know how I would simulate, this is part of the training that I impart. I simulate those bad days by going in and doing the run through cold. Don't warm up at all. That's the worst it could possibly be, I think, compared to when you're warmed up. So like, if you can go in and do your routine cold, that's the worst it should be under any amount of nerves, I guess, within reason. I mean, if you have so many nerves you just can't do anything, then you probably shouldn't be performing or competing. But if you're able to mitigate that, and it affects it a little bit.
Right. But
that's one way to test it out.
But do you ever warm up like a little bit in terms of your muscles, like the muscles? Because often if I go really intense juggling right off the bat, like my body just
I was young enough that it didn't affect me in the short term, at least. I haven't seen really any long-term effects from that, though, but everyone's different. I could see how it wouldn't be a good idea to just go in with your body cold also. Like, I would probably tell people to warm up with some exercise. Don't warm up the juggling, because that's what's going to determine how good you are without warming that up. But
and with nerves muscles. And with because I'm like doing it entirely cold. For me, like I've done juggling entirely cold, like right off the bat, and then I'm like just super tense, like everywhere. So it's like just get your body accustomed to starting, getting your body accustomed to starting. So having a little warm up, but not obviously maybe not the tricks, like
right.
So but yeah. Well, I'll continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to distract this whole session.
No, we're good. We're good.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's like 771 into 915, all in reverse throws.
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks pretty, but it's been fun.
It's an interesting looking 360 though, because it almost looks like a normal 5-up 360, but your hands are doing different things to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. It looks like a 5-up, but there's something different going on with it.
Yeah. There's like a glitch.
Yeah.
It's like a weird glitch. Yeah. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Almost.
very close. Oof.
Oh,
It's that first catch that's sometimes a little too low. You have to
yeah.
plastic man your hand out there to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also, my hands are a little slippery right now, and I don't have cornstarch. We can fight through it.
Does that work the same as rosin, cornstarch?
Well, I find rosin very sticky. You know, rosin.
Yeah.
I've never really used rosin itself, but I've touched it from like trapeze artists that I've worked with, and it's
Are
like
you do you combine it when you're sweaty, like your hands are already wet?
Yeah. Well, I would use cornstarch when my hands are wet. So when and Jonah does like the same thing as well, that it like dries out the hands a little bit. Cornstarch. Baby powder I've used before too, but I hear it's not as good for you. So
I've got to find one that's safe to inhale, because in my show I do a joke where I put it in my hands and I clap and I create a big powder of it, and then I snort the cloud of powder. But I'm not sure. I was coughing for a couple hours after one of the shows because I got a lot of it in there, and it was rosin. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe not use that anymore. Cornstarch is you can eat it, so maybe you can snort it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll look
not an
into
expert in that. Yeah. No,
it's good not to be an expert in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the one to ask. Yeah, cornstarch I bet would be not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that's a food, I guess.
Yeah, right.
If you can eat it, you can snort it.
That's a quote. Yeah. There we go.
Oh. There we go. Yeah. Ooh. Well, I guess if you compete again, we're gonna have to put those moves in the database.
Yeah.
Figure out what they're worth.
Hopefully a good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Nice transition.
Can I put that in the routine board?
Oh, geez. Oh, I don't know. The best I can say is we won't deduct points for it.
Nice.
Kickstarted pretzel.
Right. Guess I have to do something with the other balls to,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, if you did like like my 5-ball kick where I do the half shower throw and then I kick it back over. If you did that from the front and kept juggling the 4, but then wasn't that did you multiplex after that kick and then go into the
Yeah.
and then you multiplex. Yeah, so there still would be a collect anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about it. It looked cool though. Oh yeah.
Into that. Yeah.
Right.
Be ridiculous, but there you have to strategize what shoes you use.
Right.
Make sure it's consistent.
Nice. You got the 3 on that one too.
Try.
Yeah.
I started off habitually, then I'm trying to teach myself the other way.
Next step is 7, but 6 is very close.
Yeah, the frustrating thing for me about 7 is I train here often, and the DB here doesn't fit, or it goes above the lights where I can't see it.
Yeah.
So doing it with the quick 3-1 there.
You need to rush it to fit it in that room.
Yeah, and it's what I'm used to. So doing it much higher. Yeah. But
you'll eventually develop the skill of both versions, so you'll be able to do a low rush version, and then when you have the ceiling height for it, you'll be able to do the other version.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
That's what the low 360s competition taught me.
Yeah. Compensate.
I learned that on some ships too, where there were some really low ceilings, and I had to factor in the movement of the ship with the height. Like I had maybe 8 feet, and I had to do a whole show in 8 feet. So like a lot of stuff, you end up on your knees. But then also this was like in bottom of South America, and the weather was crazy, so the ship was just moving up and down. So like when the ground is going up and down, you need to time it for when it's going down, because then you throw something, you go down, it actually stays there longer because you're lower, right?
Yeah.
And it stays there, so you feel like you've got some extra time. The opposite is also true in reverse order, which is it comes down sooner. So like you'll throw something, and then you'll feel it'll get heavier. Yeah, the whole pattern gets heavier, and then it's just like it's already there after you let go of it. So learning to feel what's going on there. But with the low 360s, it was just, the ground at least didn't move, but it was still pretty low.
Yeah, numbers on cruise ships must be quite a experience. Like
I don't do more than 7, but yeah, even with that. Well, the hardest one is the where I balance the club, and I do the kick up to 4, drop down to 5, because up and down is kind of okay to manage, but side to side, when you're trying to balance something and you have something on your foot, so you can't walk until you kick that thing up.
Oh, geez.
It doesn't always work on the first try, and
you have to like maybe lean one way to compensate, but then it shifts and you're falling that way, and
all that stuff happens.
Oh man.
Yet I still keep it in.
Right. Keep it together.
Because it's a really good finale.
Yeah. Nice. Thought of doing that one on both sides. Like trying to
figure out what you're doing. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I'll pass behind the back and go back the other direction. Oh yeah.
It's the triplex. I call it the triplex 441.
Right.
Yeah. But do it both sides is kind of. I don't know if it's pretty, but it's a fun challenge. Yeah, I should film it to see.
Can you connect those together, one right after the other?
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah. Guess I could do 2 catches, the 3 in one hand, and then the third one's the transition throw. One, two. Yeah, I don't know. I think doing it once is still supreme.
Once is all you need for now until everyone's doing it.
Right.
Yeah, and then right into that. Ooh. Nice.
Cool.
We'll see that in your LA 2028 routine, probably.
We'll see. No spoilers. No.
No. Is that a Lauga inspired move?
No, I was thinking more Havard Vincent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does like
Yeah.
the dot
Yeah.
I think he did the 99944
Right.
with that with seven bullets. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I guess Lauga does some dots stuff.
Yeah, some slapping dots. Slap dots. Yeah. That's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
You'd have to create a whole new class for that.
Yeah.
Those are called dots. Is that what they're calling them?
Yeah. For like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like this would probably be a 4-2-3 with dots. But
So we need site swap dots as a move class.
Yeah.
Dots
I
and
took
site swap dots.
Yeah, I took a workshop from Mike Moore, who's really good at dots.
Yeah.
He does so many like dot combinations and crazy box patterns. I took a workshop by him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty hard to notate and site swap dots because there's there's some like random possibilities that you're like, how do you even like? I liked the. Oh wait, what's this? Wait a minute. Like, wait. It's been a while. It's like well, that one, 663. But how would you notate like that part?
Yeah.
You know, like I guess the 3 on top, but there it's maybe an active 2, but there's not a 2. You know.
We might just have to come up with different names altogether for whatever that is, like a right hand jab, right punch, like a whole boxing terminology segment.
Right.
Almost, because it almost looks like you're punching them if you're not looking directly at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just have a dot competition, so it's all just more freestyle based.
Right.
So everyone can get that out of their system in its own platform and not have to worry about integrating it.
I mean, even the freestyle though can offer some unique, that can offer some unique stuff. It's just hard to, these tricks I feel like are hard to know how hard they are because they look so subtle.
Yeah.
When someone does it well. So quantify that against a 5-up 720 into back crosses. It's like, how do you, one's maybe more original or,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's in freestyle, then originality plus the assumption of difficulty. Yeah. With knowledgeable people watching that can kind of determine how difficult it would be. But maybe you could weigh in on it too, since you do both. Right?
For sure.
Take someone that can compare it with their own skills, but also you haven't been doing this as long as you've been doing the other moves, so this could be more difficult just because of that. So it's hard
That's
to
true,
tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of jugglers take pride in like their own sub community within the juggling community. So sometimes it's like,
Mm,
that trick is, you know,
right.
like that trick is crazy. But it's like it's hard to know which trick is crazier than the other if you don't spend time, I guess, doing both. But not a lot of people spend too much time doing both. I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah.
Factor in crowd reaction too, I suppose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, crowd reaction's interesting as well.
If they're jugglers. Only if they're jugglers.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I can get a better response from a 5-ring color change than that 7-up 360.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. No, I was at a convention recently, and there was a best trick competition, and I did, I think, a 7-ball 5-up 720, and I was like proud of it. And then like this Duo Diablo group did a like sling across, like what's it called, the whip. Diablo terminology, but it was pretty cool, and people went crazy. So they won based on like it was such a sudden like showman thing, which I respect in its own way too, because the audience, a lot of them weren't jugglers either. So it was kind of it's about show, I guess. So.
Way more dynamic and surprising to do a move like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it kind of looks out of control probably, and yours is just very strict to form right in front of you, and you don't really go anywhere.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, but I'm not mad about it at all. I was having fun, so it's all good. Oh man, it's getting sweaty. Should have brought something to try my hands. I mean, or some.
You need a cornstarch caddy to just be there.
Right.
Maybe an aerial dispersal system. You can just spray your hands with it.
Yeah. People are commenting. It's fun.
Yeah, we got across the different platforms. Let's see. Instagram. Oh, that can't be the number of people. There's way more people in it. I don't know what it's telling me there. I haven't figured out how to read this yet. Looks like there's around, well, I don't know, 18 to 30 people.
Nice.
I think I saw that recently on an Esteban clip I uploaded.
I got that one from Esteban.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that clip was crazy. All the 5-ups in different patterns back to back.
Yeah.
So good. some water.
That whole multiplex combo is looking a little too easy. I mean, you're making it look too easy. Like when I first saw it, it was
Lauga, maybe.
No, I mean when I first saw you do it.
Oh yeah.
It definitely. I guess the more I see you do it, the less difficult it appears to be. Even though when I first saw it, I thought it was incredibly difficult, and a combination of different multiplexes going at different heights in different directions, connected together and everything. But it looks like it's pretty easy for you. But I can't confuse that with the ease of anyone doing it. You know.
Yeah. It's actually my flashy performance trick, like for 7 balls. So I perform it a lot. So it's very automatic.
You go back into 7 though, which is the impressive part of it. Like,
yeah,
you know, I think my whole contribution to that might have been my 7 ball 4 up within the pattern, right? 3 up a little high, collect 4, 4 up, and then back into 7. And the back into 7 part, that's the challenging part of the whole thing. Are they even? Are they separated so that the right hand? I think it's easier if one side. And Thomas started doing it actually that way, where I think I did them together, and then he did them separated, so one side was higher than the other, so it flowed more naturally back into a cascade. And then this takes that evolution several steps beyond.
Yeah, the 4 up, I do the 6 up and then the 4 up. The 4 up, I do. I don't put them on the same height. Like I do the like one higher than the other, so I have that gap. So
That's the smarter way to do it. That's the way that I didn't think of when I just thought, because that's how I do it with 5. I just thought that's how you do that multiplex. Didn't even occur to me what to make it easier to go into the next thing I was trying to do.
Yeah. I remember talking to Lauga about that trick, and I'm like, it's such a good trick, but it's not incredibly hard. Like weirdly enough, I'm more nervous about the 5 up 360 than I am that trick.
Huh.
I don't know why. I feel like it's like I have more time with the multiplex, you know. With the 5 up, I guess like they're all going the same heights, but with the multiplex, it's like I don't know. It's like I let go that one, then that one.
Yeah.
It just maybe I had more fun with it, so I worked on it more.
Right.
But yeah. But Lauga was like, yeah, it's kind of like it's not a super crazy one. I remember him saying, and I don't know. I guess it's subjective to who does it.
Still, to be performing that though is pretty, like every time you do your show, that's in the act, right?
Yeah.
And
it usually goes well. So it's a good one.
Keep it.
Yeah. I'm like, I find like that one way harder. Like,
let me see that again.
Like the Thomas Dietz 1 up, 2 up, 4 up, that one. Or I guess Anthony Gatto did it first, maybe. I don't know.
I don't even recognize that one yet. With 7?
Yeah.
2. I might have blocked that one out of my memory.
Yeah. And then Thomas does, I think, one that feels hard for me is the, like, that one. 1 up, 6 up.
1 up, 6 up, 1 up back into 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he didn't do right away.
Can you do a 6 up and go back into 7 without another 1 up? So you go 1 up, 6 up, but then the 6 up is like the 4 up. Yeah, I think that could. No, not collecting them. You
I get what
split
you're
them
saying.
all. Yeah, split them all up there.
Yeah,
that could be done. That would be cool. That would be putting me in the grave.
Oh no.
There you go. And then probably even on that one side higher than the other, though, right?
What do you mean? Or...
Like the 4 up needed to be one side higher in the multiplex
or
to
the
then
6.
re-enter 7.
Oh yeah. There, yeah. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, now it's easy again. Now it's in the routine. Add that on top of the other multiplex sequence.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've also enjoyed like 6-4-5, but like the 4.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I think that's and then 6-6-3 as well. Yeah.
Huh. Well, at least
Yeah.
we have a category for multiplexes, so we could plug those in if we had to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why it's, for me, it's so, like, no matter what you're doing, like that endurance run of that pattern, it wouldn't have been nearly as enjoyable for me if you just stopped as opposed to going back into 7. Even though 7 is the easiest thing you can do with 7, right? It's just the basic pattern, but
Yeah.
going back into it, I mean, I guess it establishes you had total control over that trick, right? That you could just continue and go into, or even going into something else. But after all of the tricks are done, going back into the basic pattern of 7, I mean, that's why a lot of the rules are based off of that too. Like all of the post qualifies are in there because, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can explain it, but it's like just the impact it has on me and my enjoyment of watching the move. There's like, it compounds it, multiplies it by like 10x if you then at least go into a qualify of 7 like you were just doing there.
I
It's a
agree.
really interesting phenomenon there on the emotions of the viewer when the viewer is me.
Yeah. No, I often, I do. I guess you can call it maybe a post-qualify bias.
Yeah.
Like I'm biased towards, I'm like, okay, that person's a really good juggler if they go back into the pattern. Like that person,
Yeah.
like, or it's like,
Well, you assume things were
respect-
falling apart if you stop in the middle of a trick, right? You assume there's a reason why they didn't continue, and it probably was because they couldn't.
Right. Yeah, I do like seeing a qualify after. Even myself, like if a trick costs me a lot, but then I can't get back into the pattern,
Yeah.
like I don't care to, if I'm filming, I don't care to post it. Or
Right.
I don't feel like I got it if I didn't qualify.
Yeah.
I could say I've gotten close, but yeah. 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 I feel like the trick feels more complete with a qualify. It's like
Right.
complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you generally start with the basic pattern, it bookends it.
Yeah.
There's also a certain amount of strength involved in doing that too.
Yeah.
Continuing on, endurance strength.
Yeah. No, I'm like, clean collect, or maybe see if I can make this run even crazier. I'm often tempted to try another trick.
Yeah. And I always, whenever I did that, I always regretted it because then that ends in a drop and then you can't use that clip or you're cutting before you stop juggling. And a cut in the middle of a juggling pattern is probably worse than stopping and not going back into the basic pattern.
For sure.
I found like this, one of the nicest 9-ball runs that I'd ever done from like a really old clip. I was like, oh, that looks good enough to post. But I guess in the video I took it from, it was like a montage video. And then it just went to another trick without a collect. I'm like, oh, I guess that's as many frames as that lasted for before it fell apart, right? So I had no ending, but I'm like, so nobody cares. I'll post that anyway. But yeah, would have been much nicer with a collect. But and then I would get like I would always, like, if it's a 5-ball move or whatever, I would always have to throw in a 5-up 360 afterwards, or then something else after. Couldn't be happy enough just with the trick and just stop and be content with what I did. I had to prove that I had more in me, and then by ironically proving that I didn't.
Yeah. I'm like, I find it fun. Like often just testing, like maybe doing a regular 5-up 360 after that run, just to test how consistent the 5-up is.
Yeah.
Or like just so and sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, oh wow, like it's good.
Right.
I'm like, okay, it's great. So it's sometimes fulfilling. Sometimes I'm like, okay,
when it
I did
works.
that first run. I'm like, all right, either way.
It's fulfilling when it works.
Yeah. Well, when it doesn't, I also try to remind myself that I just did a
right. You have an excuse, sure. Well, what do you expect?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can do no wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh man.
What's a side swap for that one?
996.
Okay.
996. It's like 774, but 8. Yeah. It's getting slippery. Ah.
Cornstarch caddy.
I need it, yeah. Oh, Zach McAllister's in the chat.
Yeah, we got a few people in here. Ben Cornish is in here. Jack Bubble. Jay.
Jay Gilligan?
Jay. Probably not.
Yeah.
Just somebody that goes by Jay.
Nice. Hey, Jay. Powder. Yeah, I do. There's like a sink of cold water over here that I may like run my hand in. Maybe that may help. Because that's like the old school way that like the sweat glands kind of close up, or like.
Oh, I'd never heard of that.
I heard that method, I think, from like David Kane at a juggling convention. He was like, "Yeah, it's the old school way." And I was like, "Oh," and I've tried it, and it like dries out your hand in a weird way, or like, yeah,
Interesting.
you just run cold water. But yeah,
I would defer to the juggling historian on that one.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. Oh, the stacked pallets behind me. That's there's like a school program here sometimes, so it's like for some reason a good background for the event. I don't know.
Oh, that's their background. Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I think there's. I could be really mistaken. I haven't seen the school program here in a bit. But when I was a kid, sometimes it was the background because the stage goes very deep.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But yeah.
So when we get to clubs, I want to. I was thinking you could help. You could help Matt figure out his. He's having some issues with his 5-club 3-up 180, and I did a session with him to try to fix it. We made some progress on it, but I just thought you could demonstrate what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, and I don't know. I definitely wouldn't do as good of a job anyway, and it's probably just part of your warm up. So when you get to that,
Okay.
facing straight on from behind and from the front, just doing a 3-up 180. His issue is when he does his third throw doesn't cross through the middle. He's just throwing it right behind the first throw. So he's got a first throw here, second throw here, but then the third is just already there. So it's going to hit the first one if there's not enough separation from front to back, which oftentimes the collision is the problem with that. So it's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how close to the club 3-dimensionally he gets with it. But in either case, it should just be going through the middle, just like the first throw, just like if you were going to do a 3-up 360.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, because with the 180, you're supposed to be throwing ahead of you a little bit.
Just a little, yeah. But the pattern's the same, is my point. Is that, yeah, you're throwing back, but you're not changing the fundamentals of the pattern. You're just pushing it back a little bit, so because you're moving basically half your body's width the other direction. So it doesn't even have to go back that far. But the point is to not change the pattern while you're doing that.
Yeah, because it's definitely, I feel like it'd be more timing thing, because if you're throwing the third throw in the way, and especially I guess if the second throw is getting caught right here, maybe you need to like boost the second throw back a little more. But like also timing wise, if you're pushing them backwards, then it should work even if you throw where the previous throw was, just because the second throw was already going
but it's
back.
not ideal. You're giving yourself more problems than you need. Like that problem is totally gone if you just go through the middle.
Go through the middle? Yeah.
Like, is there any difference between your first throw and your third throw when you do a 180, whether it's balls or clubs?
Let's see. It doesn't really feel like it as much.
Yeah.
We'll
see. We'll see when you get to 5 clubs. Yeah. It should be the same.
Yeah. Sweet. Do some 9. Quick.
I saw you got your 100 catches of 8 rings.
I did, yeah.
Shortly after the last time you were working on it on the stream.
Yeah, I got motivated. I came back here and I've been decently sport motivated in this gym. So I'm like, oh, let me push to actually make that a reality. Because that was a goal of mine for sure. Over 100 with 8 rings on video. Yeah.
Right, on video. That's the key video. Point.
That's the fun part. Yeah, you can watch it later.
And you never have to do it again.
Exactly.
On video. What's the longest run of 9 you've done in a show?
In a show? Ooh. Maybe low 20s.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Or nothing not a crazy long run. It's just I qualified it well, and then I was like, let me throw a little extra and then collect.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was great. It was awesome. Yeah, I was very happy about it. Come on. All right. Qualifying, I'm done.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern when it's sustained and it's just working. And then you can't tell when the problems are going to come because they happen like instantly. Like there's just a drop and you don't see it coming. So it's hard to determine how long you should keep it running for. And then if you see a problem coming, trying to bring it all in before it causes a drop.
Right.
It's hard to rely on when it's that fast and there's that many objects.
Yeah, and I noticed there's kind of like a battery, or like just kind of like, I can try that trick for so long and then it keeps deteriorating and it's no longer productive to keep doing it. Or sometimes it is, but it's like you're not going to get too many results.
Well, you need to you use up your strength, which is where the accuracy comes from, and then you need to take. What would happen to me is I would practice it without a break for way too long. I would get really mad and I'd throw a ball all the way across the other side of the gym, and that would give me the rest time that I needed to do it better. So I associated anger and throwing things far away with success later, because it would take me a couple of minutes to go get it and then reset and everything. And if I had to just so I learned, like, practicing 9 balls maybe every 3 to 5 attempts, regardless of how long the runs last, because most of the strength is in the liftoff of all 9. Once you get it going, it's not as hard as starting it, as long as you start it correctly. But then you do get tired, and then the accuracy falls apart. And so I would every 3 to 5 attempts, I would rest for at least a minute, and then that at least gave me my best chance for the next 3 attempts of it, and then it just gets worse from there afterwards.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, and it's definitely like, I'm like, I try to not get too frustrated so I can stay at practice for a second. But I try to, I try to actually think like, oh, how can I do this better? Someone in the chat said that my left hand was lower, and I felt, so I'm like, oh, if I think about, what things can I change without having to rush to start the next attempt, it's ideally better to actually, it gives you time to also reset.
Think it through,
yeah. And then maybe try a different method, because you can be trying like the same feel over and over, but you're like, oh no, I'm very tense here, when you got to reset and
even
rethink
just
it.
What you do with the first throw can vary from attempt to attempt. Like, some people are more comfortable with lower throws because they don't require as much accuracy, but then you have a faster pattern, as opposed to starting higher and maybe taking a very brief pause just to see where it's going, to see where the pattern needs to be based on where that first throw is, and if it was thrown in the right place for the pattern to be centered with your body, and then maintaining that height, or not even that height, but a height that the second ball establishes. Because like the first one can be as high as you want. What matters is what you then come in with the rest of them. Those all have to be the same height.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna change t-shirts and do clubs. Yeah.
I should have had a video prepared. Let's see. What can I play? What do I have? I have nothing in here. I can play. Oh, that wouldn't be relevant. I know, we'll do intermission, 30-second countdown.
I'll go get a water break.
Okay, then I'll go. Got 30 more seconds. All right, welcome to the club segment of the practice exhibition.
Woo!
New shirt.
Yeah. New shirt. Game of Thrones shirt. Yeah.
Bros.
Yeah.
What clubs are those?
These are the EX1s by Play.
EX1. Okay.
EX1, yeah. Yeah, they have like an aluminum dowel on the inside. So they're pretty durable. Like but it makes them a little heavier.
I see.
But yeah, they're a little rough on the hands also for the just solid core. But I used Delphins for a very long time. And like I liked the feel of the Delphins, but I didn't like the durability. I was like,
they would break.
Yeah, like I was trying to be careful with them, but then I also like they would get the wobble, and one broke for sure. But I never had the problem where they would like slam against the ground and break because I tried to take care of them. But I was like, I want a club that feels like a Delphin, but is more durable. And
I had the problem with Renegades. I had the problem where if I held it like this and I just shoved it into my knee, they would break in half. I have that problem with clubs.
Yeah. yeah. Try to avoid doing that one, doing that trick.
Yeah, it's a one-time trick.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I think I still may have the Delphin that's split in half, but you can put it back together and pretend you like slice it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun gag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Toby's exploding club balance trick. That was pretty crazy.
That one, that's a good trick. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that's a trick that's always bothered me, or never worked fully.
Which?
There we go. It's hard to get this one consistent, I feel.
I would think being able to do 7 club back crosses would help.
I would think so too. Yeah.
You're overspinning all of them.
Yeah.
Even your singles are probably a little fast. Yeah, you're catching them just about. I mean, to be over rotated for me.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
Let me see those face right at the camera. Let me see those straight on.
Like right here?
No.
Sure.
Face me. Face me. Yeah, straight on. Yeah.
Okay.
Like your computer's the judges. Yeah. Yeah. Through the middle.
Yeah, there's just a bright light right here, so it's a little weird.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looked right. Yeah. So Matt, if you're watching either now or later, compare this to what yours looks like and make it look like this. Third throw goes through the middle just like the first one.
Yeah.
Let me see the 5-up as long as we're here.
Yeah.
And we'll give you the excuse that we know that bright light is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's important is that last throw is on the inside of the previous throw, which is the 1, 2, 3. Oh, now it's the fifth one to the third one. So you got that third, you got that third one up there, and then that fifth one is still on the inside, and it's not going in it's not ending up in the path early. Right. That one got a little closer to it, but it was still on the inside. So yeah. And that's harder because when you do a 5-up, so that's the one that I was talking about. That fifth throw went on the outside of the third, which is like the extreme end of the problem that he's having with it. There's in front of it, and then there's it's way over there instead of going through the middle. Yeah. And that becomes harder to control when you're doing 5-up. Yeah, that one was fine. Because you're limited by the amount of time you have to accurately make that fifth throw based on how high you made the first throw. So if the first one's too low, you're probably going to sacrifice the quality of the fifth throw because you've got no time to follow through on it the same way that you had with the first one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's all looking fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch directions.
Yeah.
Stretch a little bit. It's hot in here. Oh man. I can't hear you. Yeah, I think you're muted.
Sorry,
Yeah.
as I said, don't kill yourself. Don't do whatever is comfortable and
Yeah.
no pressure.
Now here in Texas, this gym like heats up like a sauna sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's hotter in here than outside.
No, I guess no air conditioning in there, huh?
Yeah. There's not, sadly, but there's like a fan here that I turned on. But yeah. Who's breathing super loudly?
As long as we're not doing rings. Maybe it's the fan they're hearing.
Yeah, I think so. But I also breathe kind of loud, so it could work. It could be me. Alberts, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Alberts is always a trick that I feel like my body composition's against me on. Like, I have a long torso and short legs, so it's like having to go down for the Alberts is,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And everyone knows my position on what the name of that trick
sorry.
shouldn't be. It could be, there's millions of words you could use to describe it, and I think only 2 that you shouldn't. Mm-hmm. But that's an old thing that it's surprising to me that some people still call them Alberts, actually. Well, I mean, I guess they don't know the whole story behind it, and the Kit Summers book that perpetuated that and then apologized for it in its in a later version of it. But
interesting.
yeah.
What's your take on it? Like,
no,
why
that's
shouldn't
not
they
my take. What happened is Kit Summers saw Albert doing that move first, and so he was writing a book on juggling and named it after him. And then later, kind of, I guess you would call this kind of an apology. He said, I later learned that other jugglers had done this move long before Albert had done it, but since he was the first person that I saw do it, I just assumed it was his trick. And
yeah,
Albert's not the type of person that would correct you on that. He would just take the credit. Yeah, it's a great trick.
Yeah. No, I've met Albert. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah. People's experiences with everyone is different based on the relationship they have with them. But for the most part, I'm sure people would say that.
Yeah, for sure. How's it going, Eric? Yeah. Just looking at the chat there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
25.
Whew. I've been honestly practicing balls and rings a bit more than clubs, or I would just get to balls and rings a little more as of lately. So I'm like, clubs is feeling a little bit rusty, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah, and they're the worst when it's hot and sweaty.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I do like an arm roll sometimes, and my whole arm is just sweaty, so the knob just gets really sweaty.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, when I would do those, when I'd be really sweaty and I'd be doing the balance moves that like what you were doing with 4, chin rolls were okay, but when I did the flip over the head and all the sweat got on the handle and the shell and everything, and then it just takes one club with that, and then it's on my hands, and then it's on all the clubs, and then it's all over from there.
Yeah. We'll make it through.
Yeah. We'll persevere.
And my hands are also in a weird texture from being so sweaty.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. No excuses.
Well, back crosses are probably one of the hardest moves to do with either sweaty or sticky hands, because you got to slide down just the right amount and get to the knob, and your control over where you end up is based on how slippery or how sticky. Sticky, you can't do anything. You're just throwing sticks, literally.
Yeah, a little sticky, a little weird. Oh man, clubs are not behaving today. It's a weird one.
But it's the weather. We can blame the weather.
I'll blame the weather. Stand in front of this fan for a second.
That is a serious fan. Or is that...
Yeah.
Is that whole thing that it's attached to just a big fan you can roll around?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not also a teleporter? It's just a fan?
Yeah. It must be an old school fan. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There's some goats in there running on treadmills to keep it running?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
That
someone is stubbornly not buying air conditioning for that gym when they get a fan like that.
Yeah.
I'll get you the most ridiculous looking fan in the world, but we're not paying for air conditioning.
Yeah, I think the weird issue is it's not used as much, this gym. Like, it's used for like one class maybe, or like, but they open the doors and it's like and yeah. But at night this would fill in with bugs right now if I opened the door.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm grateful I have it, at least. It's right by my house, so it's great. Yeah.
Oof. That's a trick worthy in any weather condition.
Yeah. Headphone popped out too. They're fine. All right.
Esteban's watching on Facebook.
Hey, it's a mi tío. Yeah. Oh man, Esteban, that's that guy.
That's what he said. That's a mi tío. What does that mean?
It's a Chilean expression
Okay.
that it literally translates to "that's my uncle,"
Okay.
and it's an expression like a hype expression. It's like, hey.
I see.
Yeah. And sometimes you can say random family members, like, ese es mi hermano, that's my brother, or like you can use it in all kinds of ways. But Esteban taught me it, so I always say it to him.
I see.
Yeah.
That one was cool.
All right. Any trick ideas for 5?
From
Anybody?
me, or should we go to the chat? 5
Yeah,
club?
Is that 645? I think you're thinking of the singles. Yeah, 645.
Yeah, singles.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack. Yeah.
Is there anything new that you've been working on with 5?
5 clubs. I've been mainly focusing on doing a juggling act. I'm working on a juggling act, so I haven't been really pushing too much in terms of tricks. I've been trying to just pick the tricks that I do, put them in the right order, and train that. And that's a trick. There's one I was working on again.
Oh, yeah. And then the 5 up into the 5 up 360.
No. One of the 7s being a back cross.
Oh.
I got one. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have about 20 minutes left that I could be here for this. So, what would be the best things? 6 and 7, or
I'll do
While
some
we think
6
of-
and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will mention something with 5 they want to see while we're in the
Sweet.
middle of all that.
Sweet. Yeah, or with any club amount.
Do you do overhead throws with 5?
Not well, no.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That was one request. Yeah. I don't have any memory of seeing you do overhead throws with clubs, but I thought I'd ask.
Like I do them with 3. I've done them with 4 before. Yeah. 5 is too scary. No. Well,
Yeah.
I just haven't given it too much time. And also entering 5 club overheads is weird.
Yeah.
Like honestly doing a 3-up 180 is weirdly easier. To go
Yeah, I
into
can
5.
see that. Assuming your setup is easy for you, the
Yeah.
3-up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. But I've never really practiced.
good enough.
Yeah.
I think we just wanted to see an attempt.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Now, if you could do a 540 into it, that'd be cool.
Yeah. That's a Delaney one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's harder to stop the spin, that many spins and then into overheads.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wes Peden's done that one for sure.
Hmm.
I think he did the 5 up to that. Yeah, 5 up to
540 into overheads?
I think I remember a video of him doing that.
Huh.
Just crazy. It's a good one. It feels nice, but it's drifting the clubs.
It's blowing the clubs a little.
Yeah. Well, if I angle it more. Ooh. Cooling mode. That's a good idea. All right.
You do the Toby Walker 5 Club pretzel.
The pretzel.
Oh yeah. There it is. There you go. What about a 97531 into back crosses?
Okay. Let's try it.
Yeah, I guess the handles become even more important.
Yeah, for sure. I can't throw it too high. You gotta float it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that hitting the ceiling or getting close?
No. I don't think it hit the ceiling. No.
Oh, okay.
No. It was close, but not. That'd be easier.
Oh, the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you're starting the back cross with the right.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, throwing a back cross from the show is no easy task.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so fast. It goes from
Yeah.
like the gap there is very tough to. Very quick.
It's that what is it? 9, either the 7 or the 5 that's a little overspun, I think, each time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll probably see that one on Instagram tomorrow.
We'll see. Yeah, I may try it some other time.
Yeah. Scissors. Oh no, wait, that's what are those called? Those are half scissors? Alternating scissors?
Oh yeah, I guess I usually call them scissors because they go back and forth, but the ones together are usually scissors, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
There we go.
There we go. Japanese finish.
I have noticed that.
Yeah. Oh, that live stream with Kaito was unreal. He's unreal. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do another one with him soon.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I'd watch the whole thing. So good. Yeah, 6 club side swap 360s. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, incredibly consistent with all of those too.
Yeah. He also like 3-up 1080 in singles.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat. You're like, okay.
And he did I think he did a whirlwind with 5 clubs.
Like 3-stage 1080?
Something like that. It looked from, I think it was like a spin under every single club. And then
Oh wow.
I gotta look that up. I gotta go through it again and like just export some clips of some of those moves.
I think you might have done the 3-stage 1440 maybe. I think I
Yeah.
might have seen that it was single spin, double spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go through it all again soon and
Yeah.
just put together all the tricks getting hit.
Yeah. Every time the club makes contact with my shirt, the knob gets really wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I'll be going up to Washington area on Tuesday, so I'll be escaping Texas for the summer.
Okay, what area?
So I'll be performing with this circus up there. We're going to be in Bellingham. I'll be in Seattle for a few days.
Oh, okay.
In the next few days. And we're going to go up to Bellingham. I'm going to go up to Bellingham, perform there for 3 weeks, then Olympia for 2. Then
Send me your schedule because I'm around for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you that and also the itinerary for like EJC stuff.
Yeah.
Just reminding myself. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll wipe off these clothes.
Oh, that was the U.S. finish.
The U.S. finish. WJF finish.
Right. Even more specific.
Yeah,
Niche inside a niche inside a niche.
Yeah. Any cool live streams coming up with some other jugglers, or?
Let me see if I have anything scheduled yet. What is this? Hey, we've focused mostly on training sessions. So I think actually this coming week, I might be training Jean-Baptiste and and Matt again. Oh, and Kevin. Yeah. So there's probably like 2 or 3 training sessions coming up, and I'll see if I can get Kaido to do something else.
Yeah.
Maybe next month.
Yeah.
But we aim for like 2 a month, but we try to over deliver on that. We usually do.
Yeah. Have you reached out to Masahiro?
Yeah, he likes to stay a little more secretive with his practice.
Yeah, I can tell.
Unleash a surprise attack on all of us.
Unleash the Kraken, yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, you never know what he's working on. Delaney also is that way. You never know what she's working on.
Yeah. I probably would have been like that too. I like to keep things secret until I was ready to use them in a competition or something. Whatever I thought my secret weapon was.
Yeah.
by back crosses. Not that it was an original trick, but how good I had gotten at it, something like that.
For sure.
I think I was protective of my my juggle 4, throw 1 to a balance, and then continue 3.
Oh yeah.
I had been working on that for a while, and I didn't want anyone to see that I could do it until I was ready to perform it.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Turns out I was the only one who cared.
Yeah. Fair. I like surprising people with consistent tricks on stage, because I've posted so many of my tricks online.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like pleasing people that they can see it consistent in person.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I like that aspect of getting things consistent. It's kind of fun. Yeah. But, yeah. Slippery. Oh, man.
What do you think would be a good final trick or move here to wrap up this whole session?
Yeah, I was going for 100 catches. I think I can.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, how close do you think you are on winning the that Vova challenge back in 2022?
Yeah. The over 170 catches.
Right, based off of what he got, right, at WJF3.
Yeah. Oh man. At the moment, I can't say I've pushed my 7 clubs as much. I do test my 7 clubs for 100 catches every practice.
Yeah,
It happens pretty consistently, but
I
it's
think
not.
the rules were it had to be in a WJF endurance competition, right? During
Right.
that time, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do get like a really big boost of just like exhilaration just competing. So sometimes I got the 157 or something.
You got really close, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still mad at myself for having stopped early because I just lost count.
Oh, right, because you had to end clean, right?
Yeah. And Josh looked at me. He's like, "Why'd you stop?"
Right.
I don't know. It felt really good. I was like, I don't know.
Isn't a clean finish worth something, even if it was close? No.
Right. No, and not in that challenge. Yeah. Well,
all right, so we're going for 100.
Yeah. Let's see. The clubs are
and a global finish. Any finish that the world accepts as just nothing on the floor.
Like a leg trap. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little too risky for my taste. Yeah. Clubs are.
Yeah, and the added slippery challenge. Bonus points for slippery clubs.
Yeah, I'm like, my towel's already too wet to even dry them.
Oh God, that is hot.
Yeah.
Backup towels.
I do need backup towels. Sorry if this is a gross live stream to people.
Now my kitchen towel gets like that sometimes when I've dried too many dishes.
Yeah.
And then I can't dry my hands.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'll hold the clubs against the fan, maybe.
Yeah, air dry.
Maybe try a little bit. it should be a challenge, like the Marshall challenge with all the different weighted beanbags.
Oh,
but
yeah.
do it with wet clubs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Vaseline gloves.
I could see that as being the most annoying competition. Maybe not annoying, but the most frustrating competition, because it's just like you can't even start. You can't. It's limiting jugglers to not being able to juggle at all.
Yeah. No.
Here's what Spencer would look like if he were a beginner. Let's just lube up the clubs and see what happens.
Right. Yeah. No, it's like the pattern's going great, and then one like slippery club ruins it right now. So we'll see if we get it. We'll get it.
Or we could just do 10 runs of 10.
10 runs of 10.
Yeah, we remember.
Just 10 flashes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, the WJF clean finish.
Yeah,
that was clean. That didn't look like there were any problems with sweat at all on those.
Yeah. Hey, Jose Vasquez. Yeah, thank you. All right. I didn't know it was gonna be that quick, but we made it.
Yeah, just about right on time. Cool.
Here we go.
All right. Well, thanks again. Thanks everybody for watching and engaging in the chat.
Jack.
And we'll have this all available to watch again, so you can all learn from it. And there was some. We covered terminology. We covered pattern structure, training techniques, performing mentality.
Alberts,
body throws, butterflies. The list of names goes on and on. Scissors. I think this video could be used as an all-inclusive educational package for someone to get, if they're just getting into juggling, sport juggling, and performing or whatever. They just watch this whole thing. There's a lot of information that they could extract from it, and what they do with it, who knows? So anyway, all right. Well, thanks again, and send me all that stuff. Your schedule for Washington and EJC, and see you all later.
See you guys. Thanks for joining us.